Hi guys, welcome to DevXP. My name is Seth Samuel, and today we'll be continuing our discussion. This is the part 3 of the conversations that we've been having on how to grow your career and how to increase your chances of getting a job, right? And in this one, I'm going to be talking about social media. Yeah, I know it's a topic that a lot of developers are running away from. That's because most developers are introverts, right? So we like to be in our space with our laptops and then just hit our keyboard up and down. But it's very important for you to go out there. So before I continue, if you are just joining us, then there are 2 videos that have already been made before this one, and I'll be leaving a link to them in the description, and I will try to link with a pop-up card that you can always click and go back and watch them. Now, social media. It's very important to put yourself out there, because there's this saying that I heard somewhere. They say, "Now who person know, now him they buy." Yeah, now who person know, now him they buy. So if people don't know you, how will you get the job that you need? And I know it's very easy for us developers just be laid back and be like, let me just be looking for jobs. Let me just be applying for jobs on LinkedIn or somewhere, or a particular platform that is out there, and just be googling how to apply for jobs, like links, and then you just be posting it. You just be applying it to as much as possible. Well, all that is good, it's perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem with that will start when you run out of links, and then the problem is that there are a lot of people that are doing that. So how do you stand out? How do you position yourself in such a way that in a place that you have to be noticed and you have to succeed? Now, the default social media for most professionals is LinkedIn, right? And it's actually the best. It's because LinkedIn is designed for professionals. Unlike other social media that is designed for everybody. On LinkedIn, it's very optimized for professionals. And if you're not a professional on LinkedIn, you cannot just come and start posting your pictures and the normal social media. You cannot just come and start doing that on LinkedIn. You'll be looking like someone that is lost. So it's like LinkedIn. It goes beyond creating a profile, but you have to have an active profile. So one of the mistakes that I've seen a lot of people doing is, you just see like there's a page on there's a spot on LinkedIn that you tell them what you do, like your profession, right? And I see a lot of people just writing software engineer or a aspiring software engineer, or something like a fully dedicated dedicated to build your UI, whatever. Those kind of very vague and very unintentional, let's say, description of what you do. It may sound cool to you, but it's actually very bad. Be very specific about what you do, about your role. So instead of saying software engineer or back-end engineer or front-end engineer, put your stack there: React developer, Flutter developer, or Flutter, React and PHP developer, or full stack, or something like. Instead of even writing full stack, maybe just go Python, React, Python, React, maybe, or Kubernetes engineer or something like that. By doing that, you're telling people this is what you do. So whenever someone just sees your profile, it doesn't have to go deep in depth to know what you do. They can just have an idea of what you do based on what you post. So instead of just writing something generic like a software engineer, so if you're a software engineer, what is your stack? What can you do? We don't know. We just know that you're a software engineer. Nobody takes you seriously like that. So be very specific. The next thing that you do is post your progress, right? Now, it's easy for you to just focus on GitHub, which is the developer, the social network, because every developer has have a GitHub profile. If you don't have a GitHub profile, by the way, I don't know what you're doing with your life. So you have to have a GitHub profile, right? But as you're working on your projects and as you're thinking about projects, it's of the utmost importance that you post what you're doing currently. So as your GitHub activities is updating, also let your LinkedIn activities be updating. So you're working on this project, okay, I've made this screen, take a screenshot, post it on LinkedIn, right? You're doing you're thinking of this project, take a screenshot, post it on LinkedIn. You went somewhere to just take a class, post it on LinkedIn. Let people know. Now, by people knowing that okay, you are a developer, it helps them know that it helps them know that you exist, and then it reminds them of your name, right? It may sound like very hard because LinkedIn, a lot of people are doing that, are posting, and it may look overwhelming. And I know like developers don't like social media that much, but it's very important that you do that. And I'm talking to this and saying this even to myself because I know that I don't do that a lot, but it's something that I want to start working on. So just post, okay, this is my UI, this is what I'm working on. Except if it's a private project. If it's a private project, please talk to the owner of the project first before you post their projects out there, because it can cause problem for you. But if it's like just your project, just put updates. Okay, this is what I'm working on. This is the UI that I'm working on. This is the challenge that I'm working on. You understand that kind of thing? And help people to remember your name. So if I've been seeing your posts over and over on LinkedIn, that okay, you do Flutter, for example. When tomorrow they're looking for a Flutter developer, my company is looking for a Flutter developer, it's very easy for me to just remember, hey, this person is actually a Flutter developer. Let me just reach out to him. And I've seen his work, I've seen the UI he has built, I've seen his resume, because that's actually part of your resume. So I've seen his resume, so I know that this person can do it. And you may not even know who is looking at your LinkedIn profile. It could be that CEO that's trying to build a new startup, or it can be that person that knows the CEO that's trying to build a startup, or knows the CEO that's looking for a developer. And that's when you come. That's what will work for you. So post as much as possible. Now don't just post only on LinkedIn. Post in whatever social media you find yourself. So it could be your LinkedIn, it could be your WhatsApp status. Sometimes you say, I don't know any developer in my WhatsApp status, right? I don't have any developer in my contact. So what's the need of posting? Yes, you don't have any developer in your contact, but you have people in your contact that may know a developer, and that may know someone that is into tech. And if I've been posting, okay, I do this, I do website, and tomorrow somebody has been seeing on your status that you do website, and tomorrow he's somewhere and he hears somebody saying that, okay, I want to make a website. You'll be the person that will pop up in his head because he knows you make website, and he may end up recommending you. So post it even when you think that nobody in that network, in that particular network, knows anybody that can help you. So Facebook, WhatsApp status. LinkedIn, you can be very specific. Then now, Twitter, the way that I would advise you use Twitter is be also part of the conversation. So above posting what you do and your progress and how you move on, be part of the conversation. Join the argument. It's very easy for you to find arguments on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Just go there. Just search. Okay, so for example, just wake up in the morning, search, okay, I'm a React developer, right? Just go React. Find a post of somebody just saying something about React. Then just reply. Just reply to the person. And as you are replying to the person, over and over again, the person begins to know you. And the people's network will begin to know you. Usually they will usually if you post something that has sense, they may retweet. So as you're doing all of this, the person that you are replying, the people that you are replying to their status and to their posts, tweets, whatever Twitter wants to call it, as they're replying to your tweets, and they're knowing you. Okay, they know that, okay, say for example, I'm posting about a particular topic in React, right? Okay, for example, I recently saw this post on X where someone was complaining about Flutter and how Google have abandoned it. And it was a really amazing conversation, and it was very in depth. So imagine that you just jump into that kind of conversation and then you just air out your own opinions. and it makes sense. Now, number one, the people that would see that post will know that, okay, this person actually knows Flutter. For this person to know these things, it means that he's not just a beginner Flutter developer. He actually knows Flutter, right? And he knows it in depth for him to know these things. And two, the person that makes the post knows you that you're a Flutter developer, especially if you have been replying to his tweets over and over again. And then the people that may see that post, they end up knowing, okay, you are also a Flutter developer. So just be part of the conversation. Don't be silent. Don't keep quiet and say, hey, I'm not a social media person. I know that's what most of us will say. I'm not a social media person. I don't have strength for this. Just forget about it. No. Be part of the conversation. Post as much as possible. Let as many people as possible to know. Let as many people as possible know what we do. And put yourself out there. Now you may say that, okay, you have a job and you don't need all of these things. Yes, you have a job that is paying you something nice, but that may not be the only thing that you're worth. You could have a job that is paying you, say, $500 and you're good with that. But maybe the actual money that you're worth is $2,000, but you don't know because you don't have the right network. So this is for everybody, for those that have jobs and for those that don't have jobs. Put yourself out there. Let people know about you. Let people know what you do. Whatever you do, put it out there. For example, me, I'm more interested in DevRel positions, right? And whenever I go to an event, especially if I speak in the event, I don't think I've ever spoken in an event that's never gone to all my social media. So whenever I speak about the event, and mostly I speak about Flutter. So whenever I go to an event, you see me posting it so that people know that, okay, number one, I am interested in public speaking. I'm interested in DevRel position to promoting platforms, especially platforms that I'm interested in, and I'm also good at building community, right? So you see me being deliberate about that. So I also advise that you also be deliberate about that. Post as much as possible. Let as many people as possible to know what you do. Now, the last thing that I would say, which is very, very, very important, is all the things that I will say would be meaningless if you don't know your stuff. So whatever your stack is, whatever your profession is, learn to 10x yourself. Don't ever let a week go by, except if you're on break. If you're on deliberate break and you need a time to rest, that one is understandable. But except for that, make sure that no day goes by without you either writing your code or practicing whatever you're doing. So practice. Get the knowledge. All this part of the whole essence of all this networking is even to know what is happening in the industry, right? I may not know the latest trend in the industry based on those things that are happening online, but maybe something may pop up in one of my contacts and library. So one of my contacts company or something, and maybe a new tool that is trending. Maybe I'll be like, oh, Dad, do you know about this? Do you know about this tool? They'll be like, oh, let me go and research it. And then you research it, and before it even becomes popular, you have already known it, and you have already put it in your CV. And before you know, the network will help you grow. So practice. If you're a developer, know your algorithms, know your data structures, know as much as you can. And the best way to do that is even doing it in the community within your network. So I hope you really find this very useful. And like we say here in Nigeria, this year we no grieve for anybody, right? So don't just grieve for failure, right? This year, rise up, push yourself to the limit. Believe, no matter where you are, I believe that you can go further than where you are. So put in the work and make sure this year works out well for you. There's something that I heard somewhere. They said January is going to be Planuary. And what is Planuary? That is, they want to plan. They want to use January to plan. So me, I would say, adopt that mentality. Use January to plan. really plan for the year, so that for the next 11 months you work towards that plan. So come up with smart goals, right? So come up with smart goals. I'll leave the meaning of the smart the meaning of smart in somewhere here. So just go make a smart goal and then work towards it this year. Use this January to plan. Do intensive plan. Don't just say I want to get a job January. That's not a plan. That's just a statement. So plan and see how you're going to do. And it all starts with building your network. It all starts with building your network. So this video we're going to be posted throughout January to just encourage you. Just posted through January to just encourage you. And I'm sure for you to be seeing this video, it means that it's the last one for the month. So work towards it, and I believe that this year we will really make it. So happy 2024, and I hope to make a roundup video for the end of the year where we discuss and see how this year has been and how this video has been useful to you. So thank you, and thank you so much for everyone that has watched this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Most importantly, share to your contacts, and let's make this year great. Thank you so much for being part of this journey, and see you on the next one. My name is Seth Samuel, and 2024 is going to be our year.